Sally forth! Do it! You gotta make it! Do it! Go, go, go!
Sure thing. Smile for me. Don't forget who you're dealing with.
That's my cue. I've got many skills, you know. Not ready. Stay focused. Allow me to demonstrate. Should I have held back? Oh no. Am I done yet? I will get the victory. I will prevail. Your defeat was inevitable. Flame Spirit, protect me.
I'm on it. I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
I'm stronger than I look. I'm a... Do you see where you went wrong? Helpful. A party gift. I shall rise, but you're...
I never doubted you.
Got him! Oh, thank you. I won't go down so easily. I will not be stopping.
You are nothing.
Too slow. You weren't ready. My Thank you. I thought I was dead. Now you know your limits. Witness frigid pride. Roar. Each battle, a chance to grow. Pardon? See yourself prepared. I've been practicing that one. All that. Am I done yet? Thank you so much. I am grateful. I have gratitude. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Ah, Linhardt. Reading as studiously as ever, I see.
Hello, Professor Hanneman.
I didn't realize you were interested in fish. I had heard that you were only interested in crests. As it were, I had rather thought I could train you as my successor.
I'm sorry to betray your expect. Truth be told, I've been thinking of giving up on my crest recently.
What? Whatever for? Don't tell me you believe fishing to be a more worthwhile...
No, it's nothing to do with fish. But to study them, you have to consult the people who bear them. I just don't have the energy.
It is an unavoidable hard, but the satisfaction of making a real breakthrough is second to none.
I am grateful.
Are you surprised, Professor? This is the Holy Tomb.
To think that there was such a vast space beneath the monastery all this time. It's hard to imagine that any of these enormous contraptions are of this world.
This is where the goddess who created this world was laid to rest, along with her children. It is said that our creator, the goddess Sothis, sat upon this very throne. Professor, do you recognize this throne? So long. I have waited so very long for this day. Sit upon the throne. I have no doubt you will be gifted a revelation. Well? It was supposed to be but a step away. What could possibly be missing?
Stop right there!
Don't move, any of you. If you move, your lives will be forfeit. Thank you ever so much for guiding us this far. The Imperial Army will now take possession of everything in the Holy Tomb.
What's the Imperial Army doing here?
Wait, does he work for the Flame Emperor?
So the Flame Emperor is connected to the Empire. I never thought that possible.
Edelgard, did you know about this?
Yes. In fact, I gave the order. I am the Flame Emperor.
I guess that's the end of play at school, Lady Edelgard. I mean, Your Majesty.
Get to work, everyone. The crest stones belong to us now. And take those filthy bones, too.
Insolence! You will atone for the sin of trampling on this holy resting place, Professor. Destroy these villainous traitors who dare dishonor our creator.
Wait, what's the meaning of this, Edelgard?
You made use of us? Why?
I'm sorry, my teacher. I cut this path, and now I must follow it. My friends, I ask that all of you stay back. It is not my intention to fight you. By order of the Adrestian Emperor, Edelgard von Hresvel, I command you to collect the crest stones. If anyone attempts to stop us, kill them.
I will not allow such violence from the Empire. Strike!
The crest stones are in the caskets! Open every last one of them!
The Holy Tomb must not be desecrated. Protect as many of the crest stones.
Stay focused. That's my cue.
Sally forth!
Ready. You weren't ready.
All roses have thorns.
Acknowledge my contribution!
Oh no.
Battle. I am Ferdinand von Ayer. You are none. Oh.
I will get the victory. I will win! My heart is full of victory.
I'm on it.
Open wide!
Just give up.
Don't underestimate!
That went as expected.
Gonna need you to move!
What's next? I like.
Too slow.
Defenseless, are we? Over already?
Take away, if that is enough. Do you even know what those stones are? Allow me to demonstrate.
Must be awful losing to me.
Stay away! Got him!
Take me seriously. I've got many skills, you know.
She'll do nicely. I've been practicing that one.
Our strategy is solid.
roses have thorns.
All that's done. Try Ignatz for size. That shall do nicely.
And I didn't even enjoy it.
The mark of nobility.
Am I done yet?
I will not be stopping.
I'm told it's fine to kill those who resist. Now then, how shall I cook? Wait, no, I was just following.
Nice try. Too slow.
This is our chance.
No use.
I won't go down so easily.
Do you see where you went wrong?
I did what I had to.
Thank you. The splendor of nobility.
You should be honored.
Admiration.
Professor, I will make no excuses. Thank you for all that you did for me. In truth, no. Let's leave it at that.
No hesitation.
So, the end has come.
Thank you so much.
You have disappointed me, Edelgard. To think that a descendant of House Hresmelk would dare betray the Holy Church.
So, it is my teacher who stands in my way. I always knew it would come to this.
Professor, kill Edelgard at once. She is a danger to all of Fodlan. Such a rebellious heart cannot be allowed to keep beating. You. How dare you?
My teacher, thank you. But are you certain that... No, now isn't the time for discussion.
Words cannot properly express my gratitude, Professor.
So, this is the choice you have made. You are just another failure. Your presence soils this holy tomb and disgraces my brethren. I will not allow one who would lend our enemies strength to wield the power of the goddess Sothis. I have passed judgment, and now I shall rip your chest open and take back your heart myself!
That must be the Immaculate One.
Yes. The monsters that have controlled Fodlan in secret for far too long. Rhea is their leader.
There's no time to waste. Your Majesty, Professor, we must escape while we can.
Part 1. White Clouds. Lone Moon. Outset of a power struggle. Together, the people of Fodlan relish the beauty of the brilliant moon overhead as another year ends. They recall sad partings and new acquaintances alike, but each person must still walk their chosen path alone. With each day, the presence of spring grows stronger.
We somehow managed to escape.
This is one of the Imperial Army's provisional camps. Here we can organize our forces.
Before we go any further, I want all of you to really ask yourselves if you're certain you wish to join us. As expected, Flayn has chosen to leave our ranks.
When I saw our professor running off, I ran about as fast as I could to catch up.
Caspar, death finds those who run without thinking. You gave no thought to the war fog. My grandfather was the leader of Brigid, and I hope for us to be allies with the Empire. I will be staying.
Was this a good idea? Did I make the right choice? Oh, but my family is part of the Empire, and our professor is here.
You're fine here with us, Bernie. Though it's true certain houses were against the Imperial Princess.
I assume you're referring to my family. I must believe that the conclusion I came to was the correct one. You are the Emperor now. I am the only one left who is qualified to guide you at this point.
I'm only here because I know it would be troublesome to stand against you.
I'm not just here for you, Adie. I'm here to follow our dear professor. Of course, I don't have any territory to offer, so Hubie may not even want me here.
The greater our numbers, the better. Your reasons for being here are of no consequence.
I think I understand where you're coming from. But now, I wish to hear of your results. Like you, I have risen to meet my destiny. I cut this path, and I will see it through to the end. Following me is akin to pointing a sword at the goddess herself. One misstep, and we fall to our ruin. You have now witnessed the Archbishop's true self. She is a cruel beast. Those who rule this world use that beast's power to fabricate miracles, all to control those who blindly believe in the goddess. They conceal the truth and force their lies on the nobility. They mercilessly annihilate anyone who defies them. I know this because I have lived it. After what you have seen, is there any room? The Church of Seiros has great influence and power. Their control over the lords of the kingdom and the Alliance is nearly absolute. We are the only ones who can stop this indomitable enemy that has plagued our world for ages. We fight for humanity, for all of Fodlan. If you dare walk this path with me, take your first step. It's now or never. Thank you, my friends. We are the true face of the Empire, and we will triumph!
That was incredible, Lady Edelgard.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm relieved. They really chose to follow me. I was resolved to move forward alone if I had to. But in my heart, I hoped it wouldn't come to—
So long as I am here, you will never be alone. Please do not forget that. And it would seem that the Professor also has a key role to play in this.
You're right. Now, I must speak with our dear teacher. Please, make preparations. The messenger should be here shortly.
Consider it done.
Professor, may I speak with you? I appreciate it. I'm just anxious. It feels like the weight of this burden is crushing me. At this very moment, on my orders, I'm starting a war. An army far larger than the one that attacked the Holy Tomb last month will soon be locked in battle. Long-devised strategies are unfolding across Fodlan. Leaders are deciding their loyalties and preparing to fight. So many generals and soldiers will die. It's inevitable that civilians will get caught up in the chaos as well. There will be countless casualties. With a single command, the flames of war will rage across all corners of this realm, and I am the one who is giving the order. Yes, it is. There is no turning back. No matter how much blood flows at my feet, I will not relent. We must break the bonds that the depraved church has placed on Fodlan. These sacrifices will allow us to create a future where we never need sacrifice again. It may seem contradictory, but it's the only way. Listen to me. I made up my mind long ago. Yet here I am, seeking your approval. Tell me the truth, my teacher. Are you happy with your decision to stay? Unlike me, you can still walk away. This path leads to the death of the Archbishop and the servants of the Church. Can you live with that? I never thought... I'm sorry, it was a foolish question. I believe in you, Professor. And you believed in me. With that knowledge, I have the strength to keep fighting. Let's go. There's something I need to say to Hubert.
Your Majesty, the latest report indicates that our main army is advancing as planned. Also, the preparations for your manifesto are almost complete.
We will be distributing our manifesto to every lord within Fodlan. We will expose the dark side of the Church of Seiros and the foul practices of the nobles from the Kingdom and the Alliance. We will force the people of Fodlan to open their eyes to the truth and relinquish any remaining conviction to unite against the Empire. Certain nobles have already offered us their support.
Yes, there are other nobles who oppose the Church. We will condemn those who deserve condemnation and forgive those who deserve forgiveness. We have already purged some of the Imperial nobles who are morally rotten, my father among them. How unfortunate.
And soon we will invade and conquer Garreg Mach. Our main army has already departed the Imperial capital. They will arrive at the monastery in 2 weeks' time. There, we will join forces with... As for us, I'd like your opinion on how we should be positioned within the army.
Your Majesty intends to fight alongside the Professor, correct? In that case, you will not be incorporated into the Empire's main army. Your squad can move freely about the battlefield under supervision of the Imperial forces. That would be most prudent.
Now that I'm the Emperor, we can't let it slip that I'm following your command in battle, Professor.
I fully object to the notion of you fighting on the front lines.
Hubert, we've already discussed this.
My apologies. I overstepped.
Now that the details are settled, all that's left is to come up with a name for ourselves. In honor of our time at the Academy, how about we call ourselves the Black Eagle Strike Force? I'm so happy you feel that way. I must confess that I spent all night thinking about it. I'll leave it to you to prepare the Black Eagle Strike Force for departure.
Intriguing.
I knew nothing of Lady Edelgard's past, or of her innermost feeling, but I know now. I persuaded her to tell all. It would have been rude to hound her relentlessly until she revealed herself, yet then that's certainly not what I did.
It is not up to Her Majesty to bring the students to our cause. That task falls to you. Those who have forsaken their homelands to join the Empire will be feeling vulnerable. You are uniquely able to provide emotional support. Please use that gift to guide others down the path that Lady Edelgard has laid before us. I ask you to do this from the bottom of my heart.
Surprised that I'm here, are you? I know a winning side when I see it. I mean, there's no way I'd risk my neck and my people by willfully joining a losing battle. I do. We'll see how this all shakes out. All depends on how we, and you, fight. Regardless of who comes after us, even if it's the Knights, we've got you on our side, so it'll all be fine.
Edelgard became emperor and raised an army, huh? Who knew the kid had it in her? I mean, yeah, of course, I knew she'd be emperor eventually, but the more I think about it, the more surprised I am. I wonder who's gonna win. Thinking about it makes me scared. We're fighting the Knights of Seiros. Still, I know you'll figure something out.
The Empire and Bridget were once warring with each other. But now, I have made the decision to be fighting with the Empire. It is a choice of irony, I feel. But I am having no regrets. My belief is with you, and with Edelgard.
Teacher. I asked Edelgard what happened to my father. He was dismissed as Prime Minister, and is under house arrest in the Imperial capital. He always was a greedy, arrogant man. Some would say that this is the fate he deserved, and yet I cannot help but feel indignant. After all his hard work for the Empire, to be disgraced like this. I am conflicted, Professor. I do not know what, as the next Duke Ire, should I follow Edelgard into battle?
The most important nobles in the Empire are known for taking power from the previous emperor, my father included. I didn't think it possible that the Imperial Princess could ascend the throne so easily. However, it seems that both my father and Caspar's are supporting Edelgard. Having both the Minister of Domestic Affairs and Minister of Military Affairs on your side gives you total control over the Empire's military and finances. You must have been making preparations for quite some time without anyone noticing.
That could have gotten dangerous fast. If I stayed at the monastery, I would have had to fight my father. We aren't especially close, but he's not an opponent I'd want to face. I'd almost rather fight a monster. Anyway, it looks like he's going to be leading the Western unit. I wonder if we'll wind up fighting the Kingdom's army. And who decided to fight for the church?
Right. I may return to Galatea territory and try to convince my father to join our cause. It's possible that... No. In my heart, I know that my father won't listen. Still, I must get him to see reason. That this is the only way to ensure our family's future.
Hey there. Come back anytime.
I've gone and done it now, huh? What would my old man say if he knew I'd sided with the Empire? His Highness must be angry. Dimitri gets super scary when he's like that. I wonder how I'm going to die. Ugh, my knees turn to jelly just thinking about it. No, I can't think that way. I promise to fight alongside you. I'm here until the end. Listen to me. I'm terrified, but I feel so calm.
Yes.
I believe that this is the first time we have met. My name is Ladislava. I have the great honor of leading Lady Edelgard's personal guard. Her Majesty is as hard on others as she is on herself. She may seem composed, but that is only because she conceals her more passionate emotions. For that reason, she is often misunderstood. But now she has you by her side. I find that most reassuring. I look forward to working with you.
I'm Randolph von Berglies. I'm not very high in the ranks yet, but I'm more or less a general. Just like Caspar, I'm from House Berglies. My mother married into House Berglies after I was born, so my position within the family is rather lowly. But I'm determined to make something of myself in this battle to bring glory to my part of the family, for the sake of my mother and sister.
A moment, please.
Okay.
Yes. To be frank, I'm not sure whether I should believe all that Edelgard said, but if her words are true, I think it's best to be her ally, so I'll fight.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. I don't even get my own room here. At least I had that at home. But speaking of home, Hubert told me he said my father was stripped of his title. I guess he did as he pleased and opposed Edelgard. Wait, does that mean my father's going to be home all the time? On second thought, I think I'm fine right here.
Hey. Right.
We will join forces with the main army and attack Garrigmach. It's a fortress built on steep ground, but it's never seen battle. That means we don't know much about it from a military perspective. But if we use all of the power at our disposal, we will capture it. From a purely mathematical standpoint, we most certainly have the power to win. If the battle becomes a clash of beasts within human strength, you will be our only hope. I believe in you. I'm relying on you to lead the Black Eagle Strike Force to victory.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We will soon arrive at Garrigmach Monastery. Forcing a surrender here is extremely significant, both strategically and symbolically. Of course, this is personal as well. This is where we all came together to learn and grow. I have no intention of yielding to our former classmates. So I ask that you prepare yourselves for anything.
I'm not thinking about friends right now, and I'm certainly not prepared.
Damn it, don't go around saying things that lower morale before we even get started. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's fight.
I have nothing to lose aside from my friends who are here with me. Does that answer satisfy you? I have been ready for this since leaving my land of home. I will fight and win.
How can you prepare to fight? Maybe I can prepare to prepare.
There is no reason that I should not be prepared. It is my duty to stand up and battle.
Thank you all. Now, let's talk strategy.
As the raiding force, we will attack the area nearest to the monastery. The Knights of Seros certainly won't stand down after they catch sight of Her Majesty and the Professor. At the same time, the remaining areas will be surrounded and annihilated by the main army. In other words, we are the decoy that must suppress the enemy's most elite soldier.
We know more about the area near the monastery than anyone else in the Imperial Army. Still, we must prepare for the worst. It's possible we will have to face the Archbishop's true form, the Immaculate One. Fight with all you have, but don't be reckless. As promised, I will leave the command to our professor.
Naturally. With both Her Majesty and yourself on our side, defeat is impossible.
This will be our first battle as the Black Eagle Strike Force. All the more reason to prevail.
Friends, our opportunity for victory will come. But first, we must see to our defenses.
The city's defenders are trying to stall for time. We must crush them swiftly. We should be wary of ambushes as well.
Ladislava is being pushed on the left flank. We must push back with equal force.
As you wish.
Oh no. That's my cue. I needed that.
The sun.
You can do it! You got it! Do it! Go, go,
go! Stay focused.
I'm on it.
Ready.
Stay away! Yeah! Oh! Can I go now?
am Ferdinand von Eyre.
Allow me to demonstrate.
As expected. I will get the victory.
I will prevail.
Witness my power.
My heart is full of victory.
You're finished!
You weren't ready.
Just give up.
You will be slapped down!
One more success.
You should be honored.
I did what I had to.
Now!
I will show no mercy to anyone who attacks Rhea. I can't.
Zenith, please, do not overextend yourself.
I'm sorry, Flame. Withdraw if you must.
I've got many skills, you know.
Happenstance can be deadly.
I will not be stopping.
Well, how was that?
That is that.
Splendor of nobility! You are nothing.
You shall not pass. I will protect Garrick Mach. Must protect.
We will lend the Empire strength.
Don't worry, we're allies now. I understand you must have many questions, but they'll have to wait until after the battle.
Unfortunately, you must die here. You should never have defied... In my master's name, I cannot allow myself to fall here.
Seth, I would have preferred to have more time to prepare, but we cannot delay any longer. Come forth. Protect Garrick Mach Monastery from those despicable rebels.
I'll crush them all.
Her enemies are my enemies.
I aim for greatness.
Defenseless, are we?
You weren't ready. Have I...
How humiliating. This...
You're weak.
You worked hard for nothing.
I thank you.
This brings me no joy. May my foes someday forgive me.
sure. This was beneath me.
Fight hard enough.
Cyril, your sacrifice will not be in vain.
Flame Spirit protect me. I'm impressed.
Only a fool challenges me.
I sped a weakling to their demise. A great help.
That was nothing.
Watch and learn. As expected. That is that.
What's next?
am Thunder Catherine! Is that all? Lady Rhea.
All is well, Catherine. You must not die here.
Hardly worth my time.
Let the lesson begin! As expected.
You! How dare you betray me! You worthless piece of garbage! I will punish you myself!
Predictable.
I will not allow Garrick Mach or my mother to fall!
You will not be forgiven!
Professor, look out!
The castle is crumbling! We must escape! Professor, take cover!
Professor!
In Imperial Year 1181, the new Adrestian Emperor, Edelgard von Hresvelg, led a strategic assault against the monastery at Garrick Mach. Though her own losses were great, her foes had no choice but to surrender. Archbishop Rhea commanded the Knights of Seros, leading from the front lines against the Imperial army. After a hard-fought battle, she was forced to retreat to Ferdiad, the capital of Fargus, where she must now plan her next move. With this single attack, the Adrestian Empire officially launched its offensive against the Holy Kingdom of Fargus and the Leicester Alliance. The unification of Fodlan has begun. Part 2. Crimson Flower. Ethereal Moon. Beyond Escape. It is Imperial Year 1185. Half a decade has passed since Emperor Edelgard ascended the Imperial throne, yet the continent of Fodlan still remains lost in a tempest of turmoil and bloodshed. In the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, King Dimitri has welcomed Archbishop Rhea and her knights, who were driven out of Garrick Mach to the kingdom capital. As they work to build a unified front, the war with the Empire rages on to the west. Meanwhile, Claude, leader of the Alliance, staves off Imperial intervention by strategically stirring up conflicts between Leicester lords in an effort to feign neutrality. As events unfold, Edelgard and her Black Eagle strike force begin to take action in an attempt to break the war's current state of deadlock.
You. How long do you intend to sleep? Your body is awake. Your eyes must open now, and you must find the strength to stand upon those legs of yours. Like so much rain, a pool of blood has fallen to the ground. As spears and arrows pierce the earth, it weeps. And even now, it weeps. In order to survive, they kill. And so the people of this world are lost in an abyss of suffering. They weep as well. The only one who truly knows the nature of such things is I. Or rather... You are a complete and utter fool! Have you not changed one bit? Get on your feet. Right now! I'll coddle you no more! You are just like a child, always needing me to hold your hand.
Hey, are you awake? I'm just a villager here. What are you doing in a place like this? I honestly didn't expect to find someone floating away down the river.
Garrick Mach is upstream of here, but that place was abandoned.
Huh? You don't know? The Church of Saros isn't there anymore. Though, there have been some folks still living there in the 5 years since... well, you know. Regardless, the Imperial Army has taken over now. Are you feeling alright? You didn't hit your head or anything, did you? It's the ethereal moon of the year 1185. It's been nearly 5 years since the monastery fell. Tomorrow was supposed to be the Millennium Festival, but who's got time to think about things like that? Yeah, that's what I said. But with the war and the Archbishop still missing it all, I doubt there's a soul to be found who has enough blessings worth counting. Hey, slow down, will ya? Where do you think you're going? Are you crazy? The Imperial Army is there. Come on, I promise I won't say you're a coward. Just forget about going anywhere near the You just remember I tried to stop you. Got it? It's not on my conscience if you wind up dead. Unbelievable.
"5 years ago to the day. If things had continued on as they were, today would have been the Millennium Festival." Halt! Who's there? It can't be. Professor? Is it really you? But I searched everywhere and never found a trace. My teacher. What have you been doing all this time? Where have you been? Joking? At a time like this? You do realize it's been 5 years since you disappeared. Do you have any idea how guilty I felt? How broken my heart was? I searched high and low after you vanished. Although there was no proof, I somehow knew you were alive. All this time, I led everyone as best I could, and fought with all my heart. It's been a difficult path to walk alone. Welcome back, my teacher. I'm so happy that you're safe. 5 years. Such a short time, but it feels like an eternity ago. Do you still feel the way you did all those years ago? You said then that you would fight at my side no matter how many enemies we should amass. As for me, my resolve has not faltered. I'm determined as ever to see this through to the end. I will defeat the false goddess. I will save this world from those creatures and give humanity its freedom back. So, my teacher, are you prepared to stand with me? I thank you. Truly. Now then, I assume you understand the situation at hand, yes? Another joke? Or are you telling the truth? I suppose you must be. In that case, I'll tell you all that has transpired as you slumbered these past 5 years. And that is where we are now. The war is at a stalemate. Dimitri is the new king of Fargus. It's clear that his territory will continue to support the church. Meanwhile, Claude's leadership has thrown the Alliance into chaos. He maintains neutrality in their internal conflict. The situation has created a deadlock. We've been awaiting an opportunity for our squadron to return to the monastery. With you in the fray, I believe the state of the war will shift immediately. The Church, as well as the Kingdom and the Alliance. The time has come to eliminate them all. Although we were of different houses, we were companions who lived and learned together. Some of our ranks are hesitant to battle against them, and against the people of their homelands. However, knowing that you're alive is sure to raise their spirits. Good. Well then, I believe it's time for a little reunion. The Black Eagle Strike Force never lost faith. They knew you were alive and have been awaiting your return. Let's not keep them waiting any longer.
Well now, that face is certainly familiar. I am glad to see you alive and well, Professor.
Professor! It's me, Bernie! Do you remember me? I can't believe you're here!
I can't believe it! Is this a dream?
This is not dreaming. Our professor is with us again. Welcome to the back.
Our group isn't the same without you. I am overjoyed to see you again.
It's been so long. Seeing you again fills my heart with hope.
Great. Now everything will be easy. That's great you're safe, Professor.
Quite the reunion, isn't it, Professor?
Come on, Edelgard. You must be happier than all of us combined. She took it really hard when you disappeared, Professor.
Of course, we did our very best in your absence. And there was never a day that we doubted you would return to.
Edelgard has been leading us as Emperor, but after you disappeared, it became apparent that you were her anchor.
It gives me regret to be admitting this, but our power is not enough. The only one who can be meeting Edelgard's expectations is you, Professor.
Most impressive of all is your uncanny ability to bring a smile to everyone's face.
In the years since you vanished, we have not lost anyone from our ranks.
We all longed for your presence and your leadership, myself included.
It seems fitting to view this as a new beginning for the Black Eagle Strike Force. We already have our target.
Yes. We must eliminate the Alliance before moving on to fight the Kingdom and the Church. However, that doesn't necessarily mean we must occupy the entirety of the Alliance. House Rican stands against the Empire. Therefore, our target is Deirdre, the aquatic capital.
We must cross the Aramid River, which separates the Empire and the Alliance. To do that, we must take the largest bridge across it. The Great Bridge of Myrden. Myrden connects the monastery and the Imperial capital to the east. It is the shortest route there.
An Alliance stronghold has been built at the Great Bridge. We'll take that and then head north. At the same time, we must defeat the one who defends it, Judith von Daphne. If we can also take control of Daphnal territory, it would be greatly beneficial to us. Prepare yourselves. The next battle will be a momentous one. Join me, my friends, as we begin our journey to bring peace and solace to this war-ravaged world.
I can't believe how long it's been since I left home. Since I was dragged out of the house, I mean. 5 whole years. It's weird to think about. No. But if you'd asked me that 5 years ago, I'd have said the opposite. I have friends here, and I have you. The monastery's become a second home to me. Back then, I never would have dreamed a day like this would come. It's all thanks to you. You've given me a second chance at life. If not for you, I never would have gotten used to leaving my room, let alone the monastery. Maybe the battlefields just dulled my senses.
Professor, let me sing for you. Do you not like my voice?
Regardless of the quality, this is a good chance for us to prove our solidarity.
Now is the time to...
Standing tall, I see.
Edelgard, hello. What do you think of this horse? Look how intelligent he is. You can see it in his face. Certainly much smarter than your horse.
Oh, what a lovely bloom.
Behold, Edelgard. Do you see this blood-red bloom? This is much more impressive than the pale little sprigs you have there. And as I'm sure you know, redness...
Ferdinand? Stop. I can't believe you're wasting my time with a petty, one-sided rivalry.
What are you complaining about? You told me not to publish my pamphlet, and I complied.
I've had enough of your foolish antics. Very well. I will grant you the duel you so but when I win, you must forfeit the right to bother me with your ridiculousness. Forever.
So you'll fight me after all? Wonderful. All right, Edelgard.
As you wish.
Ha! It only took you one blow? How?
I can't afford to hold back against an opponent like you. I led with my fastest...
Fastest and strongest? You're just flattering me. I cannot believe I was foolish enough to challenge such a plainly superior opponent.
The difference in our skill level is not so great as all that. If you had taken the first strike, you might have won. That's why I didn't give you the chance.
Show them this letter. Threaten them. Do what you must.
Yes, sir. Hubert, that letter. Is that what I think it was?
I suppose there's no denying.
But Edelgard
explicitly forbade me to send it.
I cannot believe it. You disobeyed. I thought you were her loyal aide.
Unwaveringly. All that I do for her. I seem to recall you expressing a similar sentiment. It is our role to guide her when she is on the wrong course of action.
You are not supposed to do it in secret. When you disagree with your leader, you must voice your concerns directly.
The point is the same. Lady Edelgard's best interests are... She needs not trouble herself with the mundane details of my actions.
You are sorely misguided. When I believe that Edelgard is making a mistake, through discussing the matter, I sometimes find that I was mistaken. To skip that process...
Perhaps your advice is simply useless, then.
Excuse me?
Listen to yourself. If I do as Lady Edelgard requires, then you tell me to be more independent. But if I tread my own path, I suppose the fault is mine for expecting any useful advice to come out of your mouth.
Linhardt.
I was under the impression you were going to break all of your paintbrushes.
Cut it out, Linhardt.
I'm just glad you're back to painting. I felt terrible about what happened last. Guess I should have kept my opinions about your painting to myself.
A summons from Bernadetta?
I've got something to give you.
Do you?
A token of apology for all the rude stuff I've said. I hope this will help you let go of all the grudges you're probably holding against me.
There are no grudges, but very well.
You will? Great!
Some kind of embroidery. This is certainly lovely, but why give it to me? It seems like something you would send to a female friend or someone you had romantic.
But it's, lovely, you said, right? If you wear it, maybe you'll look less...
You would like me to wear the...
You hate it, don't you? I knew it. I knew you'd be angry.
Why not? Do I put it here? It really is.
No, it does. It looks great on you.
Hubie, I've been thinking.
What's this all about now?
It's about what you said before. About your path.
You mean the path that Lady Edelgard and I walk?
I guess I don't really understand that kind of thing since I've always been focused on my... But you, 80, Professor, all of you are fighting for an ideal. That's big. It touches everyone. Then there's me. With my hands full,
One person seems enough to me.
Maybe you're right.
Do you have something more to say, Dorothea? It is unlike you to seem so uncertain.
I guess so. I'm sorry, Hubie. It's just, I've been thinking a lot lately about whether 80 might command you to marry me.
What?
Perhaps 80 might command you.
No need to repeat it. I heard you quite clearly.
Like I said, my hands are full thinking of just one person. But if you and I were devoted to one another, maybe we could strive for the future you believe in. Maybe I'd finally understand your path and be able to think about more than just...
Seems it's my turn to not understand. Did you just propose marriage as a way to get to know me? How exactly would such an arrangement benefit me?
Oh, it'll benefit you.
Go on.
Well, this path you're walking with 80 will have one more loyal follower. Isn't that enough?
I suppose it may well. Your contribution to our cause has been noteworthy. I've no complaints about your battle prowess either. And if you are able to walk the path as I do, that would be something very...
So, will you consider it? You made me wonder what it's like to be wholly devoted to another person.
All right. I'll consider it.
Why am I so unlucky with women lately?
Oh, Sylvain, what's that face for? Have you been dumped again?
Isn't there an unwritten rule you shouldn't ask someone that?
I'm sorry. I thought you didn't mind being dumped.
I asked you before if you would have invited me out if I was a peasant.
You did ask me that.
That was wrong of me to say. It's not an excuse, but I'm always so suspicious. I'm a nobleman with a crest. The marriage proposals don't stop coming. Everybody wants me, except they don't actually want me at all. They want my bloodline. Within my family, and sometimes I think that if I didn't have a crest, no one would look at me twice.
I see. And you're probably not wrong. Honestly, I've had those same sort of thoughts myself.
Oh?
I sang, people cheered and applauded, and when I walked off stage, I'd find the same thing a mountain of presents and marriage proposals. But none of those people knew me. All they wanted was my looks and my voice. None of them...
I'm pretty sure I've heard this.
We may come from different places, but we're much the same, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I suppose we are. Look, Dorothea, even if you were an old grandma, I'd still flirt with you. And I'd absolutely win you over. Though, I'd much rather win you over now and be with you until you become an old grandma.
That might be the most legitimately romantic thing you've ever said, Sylvain. And I can't say I disagree. I'd rather you win me over now, too, so that I can stay by your side until you're an old grandpa.
Well, before any of that, will you go to dinner with me?
I'd be happy to.
There you are. I just checked your room, but obviously you weren't in there.
Oh, you didn't break the door down again looking for me.
Of course not. I'm not unreasonable. I just wanted to discuss something with...
Discuss? Is that really all?
Firstly, I'd like to apologize for breaking down your door. I'm sorry. It was perhaps a bit rash. There was a period of time, quite a while ago, when I acted much the same as you. I spent many hours locked...
You did?
Really. because I understood where you were coming from, I knew I had to intervene. At a moment's notice, all you care for could be swept away.
Gardening with you is a lot of fun, Lady Edel.
I feel the same. You know so much about it, Bernadetta.
I looked after flowers a lot back home. They don't talk, they don't get angry.
They are sweet. Unlike people, they can all be trusted on sight.
You're sweet too, Lady Edelgard. I mean, not sweet, but, you can talk or...
Well, I'll strive to avoid getting angry.
You're really kind. I'm less scared of you than I used to be. Most nobles are terrifying, but getting the chance to talk to you like this makes me glad I came to the mod.
I'm glad too. You made quite a few friends at the academy, didn't you?
All right, Yurikins, isn't it about time you let go of this grudge? I'm sorry I dragged you out onto the stage, but I can't believe you're still holding it against me.
I bear no grudge.
Then why do you get this stony look and face the other way anytime you...
Oh, Lady Bird. Truth be told, when I see you, it reminds me of my own self-loathing.
Huh. I didn't know you were carrying something like...
You rose up from your hardships and became the lead singer for a prestigious opera, while I made my way through the world by licking the boots of wretched nobles. Watching you on stage from the sideline. It wasn't until recently that I felt a real sense of accomplishment in my life. But recalling that first pivotal moment when you were brilliant, you shone like nothing I'd ever seen. Whenever I see you, Lady Bird, I'm reminded of that, and in that moment, I had never felt so filthy.
That's why you don't like singing? There's got to be more to it than that.
Back then, the Imperial capital was swarming with disgusting nobles, all of them vying for your attention. Many were willing to compromise with an inferior substitute. If they couldn't have you...
You do what you must to chase your dream. You say it left you filthy and unlovable. There was once, of course. As a child, I counted myself so lucky, but the more I sang for a living...
Hello, Constance.
Greetings, Ferdinand. My condolences on your misfortune that our paths have crossed again.
Oh, dear. I am not used to hearing you deprecate yourself like that.
If it is an audience you require, I will endeavor to meet that need.
When we last spoke, I was attempting to connect with you, but I was so clumsy with my words that I came across as callous and conceited. I hurt you.
The notion that a noble of House Ire could display arrogance is difficult to credit. That you even deign to speak to me is a testament to your humility. As grateful as I am for the honor, it would be best—
No, please. Though your words chafed, I see now that they were perceptive. I tend to overcompensate. Perhaps I make a fool of myself. Now, with my father's fall from grace,
I have heard and grieved for your predicament.
Why are you sighing at me like that? Is my face really so hopeless?
Ingrid, I am trying to think of something. It's as if you have no experience dressing elegantly.
I mean, I don't. Dorothea, I appreciate you taking the time, but yes, we're in the middle of a war.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be so hard on you. I was just surprised, is all. A gal like you, you're a beautiful young noble who somehow has no experience with either makeup or... This is basic stuff, Ingrid. The basics of the... But it's like you've never even...
I was just never interested before. Even as a child, fussy, pretty things always felt unnecessary. And gussying myself up to attract someone has never played an important part in my pursuits as a knight. But you've piqued my interest.
How?
It's not like I'd be dressing myself up just to attract someone. I'd be dressing up for the occasion, even if I don't dress up any other time.
Well, yeah. That's why we dress up when we go out. You might meet someone, and you want to look your best, don't you?
That's the exact opposite of what I just said. You said previously that dressing up for the occasion is reason enough.
Oh, I just said that so you wouldn't run off screen.
I see.
My real point is that you're quite
lovely even before getting all fixed up. Absolutely bewitching, and someone looking at you could be forgiven for wanting to pounce.
Could they be? I don't know that I'd forgive them.
Ah.
What's up, Lynn? Come to invite me to dinner?
Well, that too. But first, there is something I wish. I believe I previously implied that it's okay to live out your days by running away from what troubles. And I think that I was unkind to you.
What are you talking about?
Frigid ocean waters!
Calm. Just listen to me for a moment. The reason I worked for House Varley, Bernadetta, was to kill you.
Ha! I knew it. I always knew you were out to kill me. Sink me into the deep, dark, freezing depths. Hold on. House Varley? But what?
As you well know, theirs is one of the 6 great noble houses, and you're the heir, with a crest. There were tons of people who wanted you wiped out, like people who want to eradicate House Varley. Or that particular breed of treacherous nobility is the kind that'd hire a kid to do their dirt. The first thing that kid would do, get close to the target by befriending her. Find
This kid you're mentioning sounds...
Yours truly. My biggest mistake? I crept into your room one night and readied my blade. The whole thing had been a breeze, up until that moment. I couldn't bring myself to do it. While I hovered there, hesitating, your father came in.
Why are you telling me all this? I'm so confused.
Because I want you to look at it objectively. I was hired to kill you. Your father protected you from me. He was looking out for you. You're lucky to have a father who cares for you enough to do that.
Father protected me?
Yeah, why would I lie? At this point, I figure it's you who hates me. Yeah.
I don't hate you, Yuri. But I mean, I do feel... Can't we just be friends? Like back...
You want to be
The reason you couldn't kill me was because...
Well...
You were my very first friend.
And you were the first friend I had to baby that much.
Ferdinand.
Huh? Ah, Petra. Is there something I can help?
No, I am not needing help. I was just thinking that you look...
Lonely? In wartime? Hardly. I am too busy trying to survive to feel... But once we have survived, what will you do with yourself? Edelgard said she would like you to ascend the throne in Bridget, to ensure good relations.
Yes. My plan is to be returning home, but if Bridget and Fodlan can be friendly, I will be able to have visits when... Maybe it is even possible... I have been watching you in secrecy, Edelgard, but you and Hubert were noticing me.
Well, if you intend to shadow us like that, you can be sure it won't escape our notice. Hubert was primed and ready to remove you.
You have my thanks. I have been making a decision. I was thinking it was enough to be shooting.
How? Was there an error in my calculations? I had precious few materials as things stood.
Right.
Professor! Oh my, it's so good to see you. These days, so many old friends. It's incredible to see you again. I have a feeling your name will go down in history.
Hello. Hey!
Professor! Hey, Professor.
A moment, please.
By making an enemy of the church. Disorder is running rampant among the populace. It's quieted down over these last 5 years, though.
Professor?
Hey, welcome. You have a good eye. Oh, come again.
There's unrest everywhere these days. All of my fellow merchants seem to be in danger. I hope things go back to normal. Hey! Hey! How about a favor?
Heya. What do you require? Farewell.
Professor?
Professor? This may seem a bit sudden, but that is for letting me live my life the way I want. I've noticed you've been giving me fewer of those soul-revealing gazes lately. I appreciate you making an effort to not trouble yourself over who I spend my time with. If you say so. But I notice you doing it all the same. Professor, may I tell you a story about when I was younger? I was an orphan, living in the back alleys of Enbar, until one day I was overheard singing. That was when my new life began. I was suddenly a songstress in the Middle Franc Opera Company. Performers, nobility. I met so many. I was just some young, pretty girl who could sing, even though everyone praised my looks and my voice, and I knew one day I'd be old. My looks and I started to wonder, I'd be old, alone, and back on the streets of the capital. That's sweet of you, even if you are just flirting. sounds fun. Let me show you. A little more secret spice, and... Hey! No peeking!
His Highness, the new king, is in the process of unifying the kingdom under his command. His powerful army has joined forces with the Knights of Saros, who moved their seat to Fargith, and now they're presenting a united front against the Imperial army. They're our greatest enemy, absolutely. I don't relish the idea, but there's no turning back now. For now, we should focus our efforts on the Alliance. The kingdom and church can come afterward. Judith, who defends the Great Bridge of Myrden, we can't afford to drop our...
I need a favor. No.
What the?
Ugh, that hurts. Ah, Professor. It's not bad. I was even told I'd be cleared for service starting tomorrow. Besides, I got this scar fighting for you. When I thought you were going to be killed for real, my reflexes kicked in. It doesn't mean I've stopped being jealous of you, but come on. I can't help but look up to you. If I'd had the guts to run away from home, I wonder if I would have cared as little about my crest. No. But if I thought I could have escaped...
Hello. The north side of the Great Bridge of Myrden is in the territory of Acheron of the Alliance. He's known as the Weather Vane. He's a notoriously flippant man. A man like that doesn't have the guts to give it all for the defense of that bridge. Maybe. Hello.
I have a favor to ask.
Hey,
If you don't mind, I have a favor to ask.
Hello. No.
Yes, I am in a hurry. Edelgard claims victory after victory. 5 years ago, she ascended the throne and swept away the corrupt nobles. I always thought I would be the one to unseat him. But she did it instead, with all the ease and indifference of someone cracking an egg. Now, as the head of House Ire, I serve Edelgard. I have to accept that I am her subordinate. The disparity between Edelgard and myself, she never stops moving forward. But where does that leave me? Here, flailing about, going... But it is! That is the reality.
Professor, please do not be concerned.
Professor. Nice place, isn't it, Professor? Standing here, you can almost feel the goddess's absence. Discounting what dwells within you, of course. Do you think some punishment would rain down from the sky if this monastery were to be Of course not. Even if the so-called Immaculate One came back here for revenge, that would only be a result of this war. If it is between love and hate, then I would choose the latter. The goddess failed to properly govern this world. That is why it is necessary for Lady Edelgard to become the supreme. Those with power must use it wisely. It's absurd to preach to others what you cannot practice yourself. Yes. It is our humanity that pushes us to step up and take the lead should the need arise. That is not the case for inhuman creatures with lifespans well beyond our own. We must fight to preserve what makes us human. You are the one closest to the enemy. I wonder if you will be able to maintain your humanity to the end. Does that mean you know I will do what must be done? You must trust me a great deal. I've already dedicated my life to Lady Edelgard. To throw my lot in with you is inconceivable. But if I had 2 lives to give, I might devote one of them to you. We could be a couplet of birds, flying alongside the sovereign of Black Eagles.
Professor, I'm sorry to have dragged you into the fight again so soon after our reunion, but you appeared at a most opportune time. I'm truly humbled by your support, my teacher. Thank you. And so I will. I'm hoping your abilities from 5 years prior.
Allow me to brief you on the details of our situation. The Empire firmly controls the western portion of Fargus. The strongholds in these regions are Aryan Road, the fortress city, and we cannot control Fargus until we have taken both of the. As for the Alliance, Houses Gloucester and Ordelia seem predisposed to capitulate to. However, due to interference from Houses Regan and Goneril, we have yet to secure their cooperation. Claude obviously hopes to keep the Alliance whole through diplomacy, but because we have had to focus our efforts against the Church until now, our forces have yet. We have only recently begun to take the fight to Alliance. I have a request for you.
Yes, Judith, we can't.
No.
Hi there!
Right. Professor. Ugh, I'm so sick of it all. There is so much to be done, yet all I encounter are new problems and pitfalls. Sometimes I wish I could spend just one day doing absolutely nothing and gorge. Even I have moments of self-indulgence, you know. But Hubert would never allow it. Indeed. It may not be possible now, but one day we will know the joys of idling. Is that a smirk I spy? Is it so amusing to you, me daydreaming of free time? Your silly grin says otherwise, but let's put all that aside for now. There is something I've been meaning to tell you. I'm afraid this might sound a bit sentimental. I want to thank you. Because of you, I feel I can walk my fated path without losing myself. If I were alone, I might have lost perspective and become a harsh leader with a heart of ice. But I'm not alone. With you by my side, I'm somehow free to be not only a leader, but simply Edelgard. Until now, no one has been able to surpass me, much less command me. I have always been seen as an untouchable princess or emperor. No one spoke to me as an equal or met my gaze without flint. It was lonely, terribly lonely. The only person I could rely on as I tried to claw my way out of the darkness was But you have been a brilliant light. Somehow you have chased the darkness away.
Professor!
Why, hello there. If it is your wish. Everything is within your grasp. Come back soon now.
You've survived. How very fortunate. Were you dead, I wouldn't be able to fight you. But you are very much alive. Now I have a chance to kill you.
My savior, thank you. Huh? My savior, thank you.
Edelgard is controlling the Empire. She is putting the pressure on the kingdom in alliance. Empire and religion are at open war, but corrupt with you, Professor.
What did you expect? Don't expect any What did you expect? Give the goddess my regard. Don't expect any...
I appreciate any good meal.
This food.
This is
Okay.
Professor, do you know how... I'll tell you how happy. For the past 2 days, I haven't had my morning or my afternoon naps. Well, as long as we weren't
You finally joined us, have you? I attached myself to the Imperial Army as well. Seemed the thing to do. I feel I owe it to Edelgard to set my past feelings about the Empire aside. I am most curious, though. You say perhaps this is another effect of your crest. Wonderful news. I am most excited to begin.
There were clashes with the Kingdom Army near the Western Front. I hear their leader's pretty competent.
Hey there. Ah, a new face. I am Randolph von Bergley. I'm the guardian of this place. Wait a moment. I'm sure I've seen you somewhere before. Ah, yes. You're Her Majesty's professor. Oh, this is my little sister, Fleisch. She's just a rookie, but she's helping me as my...
Hello, I'm Fleisch von Bergleys. It's nice to meet you. I know I'm inexperienced, but I'm gonna do my best. You can count on me to look after my big brother.
I've heard you're planning to march into Alliance territory.
Okay. Yeah. Are we leaving for battle? I heard it's a long march, but it's fine. I can do this. No more Bernie Bear. Yes, but, please don't put me up front. Professor, it's incredible. I have a feeling.
Could I trouble you?
Make sure you're ready to head out, okay?
I'll tell.
All you.
The newly crowned king of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, Dimitri, has declared fealty to the Church of Seros and is raising an army in preparation for all-out war with the Empire. As leader of the Alliance, Claude maintains a facade of neutrality amidst infighting between those who support and those who oppose the Empire. Meanwhile, the Black Eagle Strike Force plans to capture Alliance territory before Edelgard takes the war to the Kingdom and the Church of Seiros. With sights set on capturing Deirdre at the center of House Regan's territory, she leads a march across the Great Bridge of Myrddin to establish a bridgehead.
Thank you.
We're about to commence our attack on the Great Bridge of Myrddin. But first, allow me a moment of your time. It is something that I can only ask of you. Listen well. It concerns Lady Edelgard's uncle, the Regent of the Empire, Lord Arundel. Although he is currently cooperating with Her Majesty, he maintains his own sizable military troop. It seems to me that his plans differ from our own. I assume you recall a certain group's scheming from 5 years ago? Solon and Kranya. They both served Lord Arundel. Professor, I understand how you must be feeling, considering what they did to your father. I know it must be foul to even consider cooperating with their kind. However, their power is essential for us at present. Edelgard also strongly opposed the idea at first. Our enemy is the Church of Seiros itself. It cannot be toppled with the Empire's might alone. Those working under Lord Arundel are extremely hostile toward the Church, and the enemy of our enemy is... well, I think you sufficiently understand by now. Until all of Fodlan is united, it is a necessary evil. As for how we deal with him afterward, time will. Regardless, Her Majesty and I wish to join our power with yours. You should know that in her heart, Her Majesty regards that group as enemies of herself and her family. They used her father, the former emperor, as a puppet, and murdered her siblings with their vile experimentation. I believe Her Majesty may have told you some of this herself. That is why this was a very painful decision for her to make. I will do all I can to ensure her suffering is not in vain. And I hope I can count on you to do the same. As for all I have told you, please keep it in mind as we march forward. More importantly, I implore you to fight as best you can for Edelgard. From the bottom of my heart, I beg this of you.
Challenge begets victory. We'll be capturing the Great Bridge of Myrden, a key strategic location of the Leicester Alliance. Claude will surely be sending reinforcements, so we must prevail before they arrive.
Our opponent is Judith, the so-called hero of Daphnel. We can handle her, so long as we don't get careless.
The boy said to run if I was in danger, but I could never do that. I'll hold out until reinforcements arrive.
I will prevail.
More fighting.
I'll cut a bloody path.
Understood.
What's my strategy?
Allow me to demonstrate.
It won't be in vain.
Ready when you are.
Sunshine. I assume a stray arrow finished it.
I do this for all of us.
For the Empire! For the fate of Fogo!
What's the plan?
What? Oh! A little scratch won't stop me.
Ready for anything.
You're weak!
I will not back down one step! A boon for our future.
Let's keep up the pace.
Judith! I'm so glad you're safe. Claude sent me here with reinforcements.
Why do I have to put up with orders from that false leader?
Because you're from the smallest noble house in all the Alliance.
Enemy reinforcements. We didn't finish in time. Don't let them secure the...
You're all Captain Gerald's enemies, and I will avenge him here. Judith, I'm sorry. I'll leave the rest.
Leone, you had such a full life ahead of you. I wish I could take your place.
There's no reason I should die in this place.
Witness frigid pride!
Will this ever end? I'm...
You are impressive.
A great
Still here.
I will not hold back!
This is the cost of war. Knew you could do it.
All is going to plan.
You're weak! For the fate of Foden!
This is it. Claude, I'm sorry. All who are able, retreat.
Don't let her escape. If we can take her out now, the Daphnal territory will allow us to march safely through the...
I was just stronger.
You're weak! Your death is not in vain.
I needed that.
It looks like I'm done for. Claude, I'm sorry.
Alliance soldiers! Judith has fallen. Further conflict is futile. If you surrender, your lives will be spared. Lay down your weapons immediately. You have all fought well. With this victory, we now have a foothold in the Alliance. The Imperial Army will cross the Aramid River and push the front lines forward. The fight will continue, but do not allow that to stop you from taking pride in our hard-won victory.
Ah, this should put a stop to one of Edelgard's choice phrases. Well, I believe it was, if only the Professor were here, we could forge ahead and change the tides of this war.
Ferdinand, it is not necessary to tell the Professor such things.
We're not the only ones benefiting. The whole Imperial Army is stronger now.
Yes, it seems the Empire finally has both of its legs to stand on.
You make it sound as though I can't run the Empire on my own. Perhaps it's more apt to say that the Pegasus has recovered its home.
Judith of Daphne. What a magnificent warrior. I'm happy to have the professor back just like old times, but I don't think I'll ever get used to this cruel exchange of lives.
When there is something you must not be conceding, you must keep fighting. The fighting has been continuing for 5 years. But now I hate fighting.
But with the professor here, maybe it's slightly less terrible? Oh, but everyone is working so hard!
I'm glad to see everyone so inspired. It seems the reappearance of the professor has done much to raise your morale.
Do you not feel the same, Hubert? Come now, be honest with yourself. Now, we must take advantage of the situation and blaze ahead. Our path is still a long one.